From legendary tribute rides that brought grown cowboys to tears, to finals wrecks that shook the entire arena, these are the 10 most unforgettable bull riding moments. At number 10, Roscoe Jarboe thought he could tame Jim Dandy at a Blue Def Velocity event in Uvalde back in 2015.
All right, well, all sorts of extracurricular activity going on.
They're not gonna turn him out, are they?
It was a lower tier stop, not the biggest stage, but sometimes the most unforgettable moments happen when you least expect them. Jim Dandy had other plans. The bull came out with pure violence and made sure Jarboe's night ended early.
What are you doing, by the way?
I mean, that's kind of a bad question to ask, guys. You got a 2,000-pound animal that wants to see me dead, and I jump over the fence and y'all go, what are you doing?
The stats tell the whole story. 0.00 for the rider, 42.50 for the bull. Translation, complete domination. But here's why this wreck stuck with people. It was raw, unfiltered. That wreck stuck with people for all the wrong reasons, becoming the kind of violence that defines careers and ends dreams in 8 brutal seconds. Sometimes the biggest moments happen at the smallest venues where the spotlight burns hottest on individual destruction. Speaking of moments that stuck with people, Jorge Valdivieso's encounter with Lieutenant Dan at number 9 became instant nightmare fuel at the 2016 Sioux Falls event.
In Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Jorge Valdivieso ready to go. Lieutenant Dan, he's in trouble!
The draw sheets showed Valdivieso on Lieutenant Dan for round 1. On paper, it looked manageable. In reality, it was anything but. Lieutenant Dan came out like a guided missile with one target in mind, putting Valdivieso in the hospital with surgical precision.
And things go wrong right there. I mean, he's in bad shape. He's out of position, but he is not going to let go. He was reaching, climbing, trying. Flint, what do you got, buddy?
I just want to say this.
The impact was sickening. Valdivieso got run over like he was a speed bump, proof that even seasoned riders can get humbled in the worst possible way. When a bull decides to make an example out of you, one fan commented, there's nowhere to hide, and Lieutenant Dan made sure everyone understood that lesson. At number 8, Nathan Schapper proved that sometimes scoring big doesn't protect you from getting destroyed.
Some guys will call for the shoot gate because really that bull's just gonna get up.
At the 2014 Allentown event, Schapper drew Gatling gun. The ride started perfect, clean, controlled, everything you want in 8 seconds of bull riding. He made the whistle, scored 82.75, should have been celebrating with his hat in the air.
For the dismount.
And he's got a smile on his face. He's laughing about it. It's whoop, 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 whoop. Hey,
oh, gotta watch that, man.
Yeah, that road's closed. You're gonna have to try another street.
Instead, Gatling Gun decided the party wasn't over. The bull caught Schapper with a hit that echoed through the entire arena like thunder rolling across the plains. What made this unforgettable was the timing. 1 second, you're on top of the world with a money ride. The next, you're wondering if you'll walk out of there. That's bull riding, Schapper said later. The highs and lows happen in the same 8 seconds. While Schapper's moment showed the cruel timing of this sport, J.W. Harris at number 7 proved that legends aren't immune to getting humbled.
3 points aboard, imagine that in round number 1.
Harris was a PRCA legend, trying his hand at PBR competition in Laughlin back in 2014. He'd drawn no regrets, and the matchup felt promising for a veteran comeback story, but no regrets lived up to his name. The bull bucked with pure malice and sent Harris flying like he was weightless.
Both feet whipped back behind him just immediately right there. Both feet clicked. And that was one of those things that, you know, I don't even know how to.
When a legend gets launched like that, it's a moment that reminds everyone why bulls don't care about your reputation. Harris took it like the veteran he was. No complaints, no excuses, just tipped his hat and walked away with the dignity that built his reputation. Doesn't matter how many buckles you've got, one commentator said. Bulls don't care about your resume. At number 6, Casey Hayes learned that championship rounds can turn into nightmares faster than you think. The 2014 Billings event was supposed to be Hayes' moment. He'd made it to the championship round. Everything was lined up for a strong finish. Then Chocolate Thunder happened. Hayes climbed on thinking he could handle the pressure. Instead, he got a late break slam that everyone still remembers.
Trying to cause any sort of injury. This is just the force of this sport.
The event ledger shows Hayes clocked 6.95 seconds that weekend, so close to the whistle, yet so far from safety. That ride became a reminder that in bull riding, you're never safe until your boots hit the ground and you're walking away clean. 6.95 might as well be 0, Hayes said later. When you don't make 8, none of it matters. Speaking of wrecks that reminded everyone how unforgiving this sport can be, Eduardo Aparecido's meeting with Butcher's Nightmare at number 5 was textbook devastation.
I think he's a guy that needs to be in the conversation for a world championship.
Round 3 in St. Louis, 2016. Aparecido had drawn one of the rankest bulls in the pen. Butcher's Nightmare wasn't just tough, he was mean with malicious intent. The bull came out spinning and caught Aparecido with a perfect run over. Clean, violent, unforgettable.
And he's riding dead easy around to the right. Bull takes a jump forward. Look how it snaps him back up when he moved forward.
What made this moment stick was the precision of the violence. Butcher's Nightmare knew exactly what he was doing. This matchup became required viewing for anyone trying to understand what separates championship rounds from regular competition. Some bulls just have that killer instinct, one bullfighter said. Butcher's Nightmare was one of them. At number 4, Austin Meyer discovered that bigger stages mean bigger consequences when Trainwreck introduced him to reality at AT&T Stadium. Iron Cowboy 3 2012, Round 2. The bracket lights were shining. The giant stage was set. Everything about this event screamed big-time bull riding. The build-up promised something special between two proven competitors, but nobody expected the level of destruction that was about to unfold in the arena. Trainwreck delivered a violent dump that silenced the massive crowd.
There turns, turning around to the right really fast. Austin has an answer for all of it. Till you see right there towards the end, drops him down into that well, kind of beats him up a little bit. This is a kind of...
Meyer hit the ground hard, and you could tell that really hurt. That impact made him really grateful for modern sports medicine. What made this unforgettable was the contrast. All that glitz and glamour of a major event reduced to one cowboy lying motionless in the dirt. That's what separates this sport from everything else, one fan said. No matter how fancy the venue, bulls don't care about production value. While Meyer's wreck showed how quickly dreams can turn to nightmares, Frank Newsom's encounter with Rusty Rooster at number 3 became unforgettable for an entirely different reason. The Duluth Invitational in Georgia. A rider had drawn Rusty Rooster, and the matchup looked competitive on paper, but Rusty Rooster had other ideas. The bull launched Newsom like he was fired from a cannon, sending him flying through the air with zero control.
Rusty Rooster looked just that. Oh boy.
Here's what made this moment special. The bullfighter became the real highlight. While Newsom was getting destroyed, the protection was working overtime to keep him safe. Cowboys still reference this wreck when they want to explain what real danger looks like, not just for the violence, but for the heroics that happened after the wreck. Sometimes the guys in the arena are more entertaining than the riders, one comment read. This was one of those times. At number 2, Dakota Batar's collision with Concealed Carry became the finals wreck that nobody could forget.
Concealed Carry seems to be pretty chill in the chutes.
2019 World Finals, Las Vegas, Round 1, the biggest stage in the sport. Batar was riding the momentum of a solid season, looking to make a statement on bull riding's grandest stage. Concealed Carry had his own statement to make. The bull came out spinning and caught Batar with a slam into the chutes that was pure metal-on-bone violence.
Watch this bull hips himself a little bit, and as that happens, you watch it really slide Dakota.
This wasn't just a wreck. This was a finals disaster happening in real time. The moment that defines careers and haunts dreams. You can practice for years, Butter said later, but nothing prepares you for that kind of impact. His parents watched from the stands, helpless. They'd seen wrecks before, but nothing like this on such a massive stage. Dakota's always been tough, his dad said, but watching him get slammed like that at the finals, that stays with you. The medical team rushed in. The crowd went silent. Everyone knew they'd witnessed something that would be talked about for years. Now at number 1, Tough Hedman delivered the most unforgettable moment in bull riding history. Not with a wreck, but with pure heart. 1989 National Finals Rodeo, Las Vegas. Hedman had just lost his best friend Lane Frost earlier that year. The entire bull riding world was still grieving a fallen champion, but Hedman had a job to do, a world title to chase, a promise to keep. He climbed on his bull with the weight of the world on his shoulders. The crowd knew what this meant, everyone did. Hedman made the whistle, but instead of jumping off, he kept spurring, one extra beat, for Lane, for the title, for every cowboy who understood what this sport really means. The arena erupted, grown men cried, history was made. I wasn't riding for me, Hedman said later. I was riding for Lane, for everyone who believed in us. That extra spur became the defining moment of an entire generation, proof that sometimes the most unforgettable moments aren't about the wrecks, they're about the heart. Fans still get chills watching that ride, because it captured everything that makes bull riding special. The brotherhood, the sacrifice, the refusal to quit even when everything hurts. That's what separates real cowboys from everyone else. One fan said, "They don't just ride bulls, they ride for something bigger than themselves." Hedman won the world title that year, but more importantly, he showed the world what it means to honor a fallen friend in the most authentic way possible. Because the fact of the matter is that some moments transcend sports. They become part of who we are, part of what we believe in, and in a sport defined by 8 seconds, Tough Hedman's extra beat for Lane Frost proved that sometimes the most powerful moments happen after the whistle blows, when the heart takes over from technique.